everyone, welcome to another Power Talk with Archana. Today, on the second day of the series on leadership and management, we will be talking about how leaders can inspire their team members. Let's welcome our friend Preeti. Hello, Preeti, how are you doing today?
I'm good, Archana. Thank you. Hope you are doing good as well.
Perfect. Looking forward to this lovely conversation with you. So, please tell us, how does the team get inspired by what the leader has in store for them?
That's a very good question, Archana. In fact, most of the leaders always have this fear whether am I as a leader inspiring my team members or not. Similarly, the team members also, it is actually difficult for them to accept a leader as a leader, thinking whether will they be feeling getting inspired by the leader or not. And if you have, what comes in your mind when you talk of leadership? Basically, whom do you think of when we speak about the world leader? Maybe you think of Nelson Mandela, you think of Mahatma Gandhi ji, maybe Martin Luther King, Steve Jobs. But have you ever thought about yourself as a leader? Does this thought frighten you? Does it make you wonder if you want to ignite the future with your new ideas? You will have to become a leader one day or another. The question is, are you up to the challenge? And the good news is, today I am going to tell you about the superpower of a leader and how you can use it to inspire others. Now let's listen about the secret superpower of leaders. When you look at biographies of leaders, they have some flaws also. For example, once anyone who becomes a leader, first of all, the most common flaw that you would see is superior moral judgment. Steve Jobs, all of you must have heard about this name. Steve Jobs had a very peculiar habit. He had a habit of parking his car in the reserved space for disabled drivers. He actually cared very much about his cars, and he always used to buy new cars and drive in those new cars. He had actually also read somewhere that cars that are parked in a handicapped parking slots were taken more care of. You know what? So here we see that when the leaders get power, their moral judgment seems to be corrupted. They are biased by their personal interests. So this is one side of being a leader, but then maybe this is not the quality which we should look at. Success is built upon many, many failures. So there is a thin line between a leader and a loser. Maybe it's the wisdom of a leader that attracts us, maybe their knowledge. And why not? It is the power to make others follow them. All great leaders seem to have this secret power that makes other people follow them. And that secret power lies in the way you inspire others. There is a famous quote: a leader is someone who can translate and explain the world to others. Actually, we have been doing that since the beginning of trying to transfer knowledge, the link between what you experience and what you know is the superpower each leader should have. I repeat this: the link between what you experience and what you know is the superpower each leader should have. You should keep two rules in your mind while thinking of inspiring your team members. And the first rule is, it's not about you, it's about them. It's not about you, it's totally about them. People don't come to you as a leader to know how genius you are. They come to feel and to know what they should do in their lives. They come to you to know exactly what they can be doing with their lives. How can they become leaders? So you need to inspire them. So it's not about you, it's about them. And the second rule is, make them involved in your talk by giving them what they want. And they only want one thing, and that's make me care. A 1-year-old baby till a 90-year-old man, everybody feels that just make me care while I am hearing. Most of the times leaders talk about their ideas in a rhetoric way. You should give your team a promise that people can take along at work. Now, for this, as a leader, you need to ask 4 questions to yourself. Who are they? Who are your team members to you? Well, you should not think your team members as just social demographic data. Think about them as if they are characters of a writer. Even if you are writing a story, you must have written in your school days. So don't you think like most of the times the characters, the ones that in your stories, you're actually living them? So you should, even जब भी छोटे बच्चे गुड्डे गुड़िया की शादी कराते हैं, they actually feel that they are living their character, they're living their lives. So you should first of all think them as human beings and think them as characters, just as a writer thinks. Writers actually, when they think about their characters, now why I'm saying this, while thinking about their characters, what these writers do is they ignore their weaknesses. So even you have to ignore their weaknesses in front of them, but at the same time, as a leader, you should be thinking on how can you build upon these things. And the second question is you should ask yourself is, what's their pain? A good idea becomes, you can find a good idea anywhere. There are n number of good thoughts there's everybody must be getting on their Facebook, their WhatsApp, and on social media. But a good idea, a good thought becomes a useful idea, becomes a useful thought only when actually people need it. And to make your idea useful, you need to think of the problems people are actually confronting with in their daily lives. So as a leader, you should know what is their pain. Now, the third is, what is important to them? You as a leader, you actually need to understand that you want to change something fundamentally to the life of people you work for. If you don't want to change very fundamental to their lives, well, so why bother anyway then? So better you don't be as the leader to them. People are actually waiting for solutions to their problems. So make it important to you also. Make their problems important to you as well. Make it important to you as a leader. What is important to your team members should be important to you also. The last question, what you should be asking yourself as a leader is, how do you want them to react? Maybe you think of like whenever as a leader you are sharing ideas with your team members, they should jump off from their chairs. Oh, wow, my leader has come up with such a brilliant idea. In fact, this is not the case. It should be the ideal reaction for an inspiring leader. It should be that your team members going out and recounting on your ideas. People have their own experiences, definitely. Each one has their own experiences and they believe only what they have gone through. But you as a leader, you need to be inspiring in a way that your team members feel united and they themselves would like to be a part of your good ideas because it should mean useful to them. So everybody who's listening there, go out and ignite the world. People are waiting to be empowered. So act wisely. Make people get inspired by you. Empower them and help them become great and inspiring leaders.
Lovely. Great, Preeti. Amazing listening to you over here. I really hope my audience were listening very carefully and intently because this conversation was really amazing. I hope you really enjoyed this. See you tomorrow with another episode on management and leadership. Until then, stay tuned for more.